How's it going, Gold Hatters? This is Goldad here, following it up with part 3 of Rolling with Buttercup. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit like and subscribe to stay up to date on all my bleeding edge strategy guides. In part 3, we'll be focusing more on overall engagements for group fights. If you're looking for mod builds for Buttercup, head on over to part 1 and 2. Now let's roll right in. So we'll be communicating with our team on who we're going to go for first. I'm going to call out a support. Communication with the team before each engagement is what pulls a better fight, so I'll just call out, I'll press first so they know to finalize the kill when the opponent supports run off, and I'll just call out my next target. And we can always press the tank for 2 seconds if we're all clustered up, just so Miko thinks she has to come back and heal, and then we can just pull her in and continue with our call out. And now I've taken out Miko and haven't hardly taken any damage, so we want to focus on our healers, make sure they're doing alright. Just kill whoever's following them. And we're just going to hold the point. I like to take the high ground when we have some free time. And we're just going to target their Kula. They switched to a Miko Kula combo. And Miko's already had some press on her, so I'm just going to focus on Kula. And we're just going to flip back around and now chase Miko and go fight for the tank. And now Miko and Gizmo come back. We're just going to focus back on Miko. And we always want to call that out so our DPSs can continue on the tank. Now we're going to push as a team to the next spot. And Kuleb's exposed, so I'm going to go ahead and take him. If the healer's alone like that and you're teamed up, it's best to just go for him, especially if you're on point. And now we can just hold the point. 3 on 4. I like to get this shield buff if we have a little waiting time. And now we don't have to focus on a healer, we can just focus on our tank or our DPS. And now we're just going to wait for Kuleb to make his return. Hopefully he'll press without his team. And he has, and we're just going to exploit that again.
Objectives deactivated. Objectives activated.
Now the team is switching out characters, so I'm going to focus on Miko now, because I've been targeting Kuleb. And now Miko's unexpected for it. I'm just going to focus her. But she ran off, so we're going to focus a weak DPS real quick. And Miko will return. And we can just flip back around and get her. And now she's pretty far again, so we're going to focus the tank, bring her back in. And the reason for all that is because the tank on their team is saying over the mics, hey, I need help, I need heals. So that Miko's gonna try to play that role and come in there again. And that's how we're just gonna exploit that. I mean, that's one of the best things you guys can do on this game is try to exploit the opponent's callouts.
Objectives activated.
And now, since I've been playing tank role and focusing pretty heavy on their healers, I'm just going to let the DPS make the first call out, make their first fight in the engagement, and I'm just going to focus out one of their healers. And that's going to be Miko. So now while the DPSs are fighting out that first engagement, I'm just going to take their healer. And now we can continue fighting off the DPS. So now we see Maeve fighting Gizmo. Gizmo used her ult, so we're just going to prevent her from fighting Maeve anymore. Try to take that damage with a call out telling Zero that we need the heals. And we're just going to push that mech out. And we'll regroup.
Objectives activated.
Now we get a new point. Gonna wait for the regroup. And we're just gonna move right in. And now that we've taken the point, we're just gonna back up everybody else. And in this case, our healer's taking a lot of damage, so I'm just gonna fight that tank for him. And now that it's a full-blown engagement, where the opponents are here and so are we, I'm going to continue on the tank because the opponents are expecting me to fight their support again. So I'm just going to focus on that tank and throw them off guard. It's all about switching up the fights and the engagement, along with communicating that with your team. And here I'm going to show you guys a good cage engagement. See Nidhogger's in the cage? I'm just going to go on the other side of him where he's trying to run off and block him in again. Best thing to do when someone's in a cage. Along with dropping an oil spill if you can. And this is going to be a new match. So we're just focusing on the point. And we're going to mix it up. We're just going to go for a DPS first. I think the healers think I'm not going to go for them. And we're just going to go back on Nico.
Objectives deactivated.
And since that first engagement we focused on a DPS, we're just going to focus on a healer this time. It's going to be Kulab. I'm going to call that out. And I'm just going to push him out of the fight. Now that he's too far, we're just going to get back, come group up with our team. And our team's just going to focus the back, support they have. And now we can focus on our tank. While they reset, I like to go get a damage buff since we're holding the point. They went ahead and capped the other point, but we're going to make them push us because we're winning. We're just going to get the power buff and hold B. But since we have the power buff, we're going to focus on the DPS. And we're going to try to kill her. Now she used her ult, so I'm going to focus on the second DPS. And I'll come right back to the ult. And now we can just focus on the healer. Want to avoid getting that healing done. But as you can see, my team's all dead, but I'm not going to leave the fight since everyone's pretty low life and I'm full. I'm just going to press them off the point and regroup with my team. And we're going to explore the healer again. We're going to go for him first. And And if he gets too far, we'll let him run off. We'll just focus on the DPS. And now their tank's back in the fight, so I'm going to throw some damage on her and just go right to the healer again. He's going to be one to make those heals, and we're just going to take that. So now we're all pretty close in score, and they switched to 2 healers. So we haven't played with the Zero Cool on their team, so we're just going to target him first and get him out of the fight. And we're going to push them off the point doing so. And we're just going to pull back though. Don't chase. And we can just focus around on our healers, make sure they're not taking too much damage. Zero Cool will have to come back to heal his group. Now we can just regroup and hold point. Dropping down from the high grounds again. Gonna focus in on that Buttercup. Make Zero Cool think he has to heal his tank. But we're gonna go for Kulev instead. Because Zero Cool's calling out saying he needs protection. So it's gonna leave Kulev a little vulnerable.
Objectives activated.
And now we're just going to take the train out of here. Just drop down on B. Take that point with our team. And we can move on the way to C. Buttercup's here alone, so we're just going to take that. And now it's 4-on-3 and we've taken out their tank, so that qualifies for a power buff, so we're just going to go grab that real quick. Running double heals and a Daemon's not going to put much damage on my 3 guys, so I'll have enough time to run back. And we're just going to get the point since we got more time, and we'll just take Kula with a call out.
Need a little something, something. Objectives activated.
And now we've been focusing Kula pretty much, so we're going to focus on a Zero, just pull him down. And we're just going to target him pretty heavy with a call out so the whole team fights him as well. And now he's dead, I'm going to go straight for their tank. And they switched out their Kulev for a Gizmo. So I'm just going to focus on Gizmo and then back on the tank. And that will be part 3. I hope this gave you some good ideas on switching up targets in the engagements, but I'd like to add that this is based on being on a team with mics because teamwork is what makes the callouts work. Until next time, Gold Hat out.